Hi, a very good morning to you. This is Darren from EnglishTuition.org, and I'm the English tutor. In today's video, I want to talk a little bit about building up trust with the student or the child. Trust is something that I think some students take for granted. Okay, I think this has a lot to do with the parenting style of the family, right? If the trust is given to the child too easily, okay, a child may very well, learn to misuse or abuse the trust that was given to them. Okay, let me give you an example. Now, children or students, when they want to do something bad, okay, they usually do not have bad intentions in mind. For example, if you give them some homework and you told them, do not copy the answers, I trust you, right, with the answers, so they are still at the back of the assessment books, they will say, all right, thank you for the trust. And in most cases, they do come back with the work without copying from the answers. But in some cases or in some situations where I've had students come back to my lessons and then to my disappointment, they have actually copied the answers. And then children being children, sometimes they're not very smart about it, right? They do not cover their tracks. And it is very easy for me to discover that the answers are copied. For example, they get a perfect score out of it, or their answers are exactly the same as those that are given in the model answers. Okay, and this had gone on for a few weeks, and when I question them, they eventually come clean. So that's how I learned that they have copied from the answers. So does that mean that the child has betrayed the trust that we place in them? Okay, not necessarily so, right? Because when the children wants to copy the answers, they do not think that they are betraying the trust. Usually what they are doing is that they may be put in a situation, right, where they need to do the homework in a rush. For example, tomorrow is tuition, okay, or tonight is tuition, okay, but I have not done my homework, and I do not want my tutor to scold me, and I do not want him to complain to my parents that I have not done my homework. So what do? I have to do my homework at the very last minute, okay, and hope that everything goes well. But they do not have enough time, right? So they resort to copying the answers. So why do students behave like that? Now, from my experience, I've come to realize that it's not that the children have dishonest intentions or bad intentions or anything like that. Some children will do anything to avoid getting into trouble, alright? And I say that as a broad statement because this includes not just boys, but also girls, because from my experience, girls also come back with similar issues, right? So this trust itself, I think we have to be a little bit careful. Okay, when we say, can I trust you to do this? Can I trust you with a handphone that you won't play for it for 8 hours a day and then you neglect your homework? Okay, it's not that as parents, we don't want to trust our students, right? Because we ourselves have been children ourselves, right? Understanding where children come from, they may not necessarily have the self-control, okay, to limit themselves when they're playing a game. So a 1 hour block of time may very well stretch to say, 3 or 4 hours, right? Because nobody is watching them. The parents have placed the trust in them to be able to self-restrict, but unfortunately, they do not have that high degree of self-control yet. So as a result, they've so-called betrayed the trust. So how do we go about building the trust, right? As a tutor, nowadays I just practically take away all the answer sheets, right? It's not just not that I don't trust the students, okay? It's so that when they find themselves in a situation where they are tempted to refer to the answers, alright, at least it's not there. So these unfortunate incidents will not happen again. All right. And when they are young students, I think they still need a lot of supervision. Okay. And very few students I've come across, in fact, none of them, even the very intelligent ones, require supervision, because there are so many temptations around these days, right? Mobile phones, smart TVs, computers, computer games, your latest Xbox, right? Your gaming consoles. So many distractions, right? And it's just so easy for them to be distracted and go off track. And it's very different from the time that I grew up in, right? But when I grew up, the only distraction are only two. One is the PC, right? The personal computer. And the other one is the television. Okay. So as long as my parents have got control over that, that's pretty much it, right? But these days, there's so many different forms of distractions that I think we have to be a little bit careful. Okay. We can't trust the kids too much. All right. Otherwise, they may end up abusing this trust. And the root of the problem, as mentioned, is not even a trust issue, right? It could be a self-control issue. Okay. It could be a self-discipline issue. All right. And overall, I think the message that I have to send to the students is that if you want us to trust you, you want access to all these different things, your mobile phones or access to your laptops, your computers, then you have to earn that trust bit by bit. All right. If we tell you, okay, one time, you use the mobile phone, okay, for educational purposes, and you give us your promise that you're going to use it for half an hour or 1 hour, then make sure that you show us that you're responsible enough to stop, okay, after using the handphone for 1 hour. Do this over and over again. That's how you can earn the trust of the adults. And because the adults can trust you to use the devices responsibly, okay, you get more access to the gadgets, right? So even then, all right, considering the young ages of the children, okay, sometimes parents, when I ask some of my students, do your parents monitor the mobile phones? How much do they trust you, right? That's, in other words, how much do they trust you with the gadgets themselves? Some students tell me the parents do not check the mobile phones at all, right? You just let them use, and they give them so-called complete trust, okay? And some students come back to me and say, yeah, the parents actually do monitor, right? And this has been a hotly contested issue on the internet. So if you go on the internet, some parents will say, no, I just trust them, right? It is considered an invasion of privacy if parents go and check on their handphones without permission. All right. And I understand why parents want to monitor the handphones, right? They do it out of good intentions, and their intention is not to intrude on the privacy of their children, right? They are there to monitor the activities, and sometimes it is not the child who is misbehaving with the gadget, right? Sometimes maybe they find some weird messages by some random strangers who are trying to message them or trying to prey on them, okay? And because they monitor the gadgets and the messages, they are able to put a stop to a possibly negative event, right? So again, it's not so much of a trust issue. So don't think that, if you have children, the students, okay, and the parents monitor the handphones, don't think that the parents are there to intrude the privacy of the kids, right? They don't come from that place. Okay, they are there, they just want to protect the children and want to make sure that they are safe. Alright, I think that's all I have in this video, right? When it comes to trust, it has to be earned, right? I operate on the principle of mutual respect. So trust is a big part of teaching, right? And I want to earn the trust of my students, okay, by hopefully setting a good example for them, and by earning their trust. All right. And this process takes a bit of a longer time, okay, but I have found that it has been more effective when the students are able to trust me. Okay, they tend to cooperate with me more, they listen to me more, and as a result, they are able to see the benefits of taking my advice. Yeah, so The video is getting a bit long, so I have to end it here. Thank you for staying with me and listen to me ramble about trust. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, just thumbs down as usual. If you look forward to any future videos like this, do remember to subscribe to the channel, or if you're on Facebook or any other social media platform, just like or follow the page and you will be able to see updates like this. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.